video for y'all today. So check this out. So today I'm going to be talking about what is the most personal point in the actual birth chart and why, right? Now, a lot of y'all feel like y'all may know this, but a lot of y'all know this only because somebody else said it and they probably said it in a simplified manner. But do you know the actual in-depth understanding of why they said that this certain point should be the most important point in the birth chart, right? Some people say it's the sun, some people say it's the actual moon, some people say it's this or whatever. To be honest, is everything in your birth chart is of importance, right? But there's only one particular thing that truly signifies you, right? So now, but before we get into that, I want to show y'all this real quick. So now, I want y'all to understand the zodiac signs have an order, right? So check this out. So let's type in some random city, right? Wherever the hell this is at, where it is it. So you all see where it says ASC at? That means ascending, right? Ascending is also the first house or the rising sign. Most modern people say rising sign, right? So, but it's always the first house, the rising sign, blah, yada, yada, yada. So y'all should understand that, right? But now, let us go back, right? Let us go back. So now, if we click unknown time, all birth charts normally you know what I'm talking about? Foundation, right? With Aries being the first zodiac sign, Taurus the second, Gemini the third, Cancer the fourth, Leo the fifth, Virgo the sixth, Libra the seventh, Scorpio the eighth, Sagittarius the ninth, Capricorn 10th, Aquarius the 11th, and Pisces is the 12th zodiac sign. That is the actual order, right? So remember, whatever zodiac sign comes right here where it normally should say ASC, but you see since it's unknown time, it's no houses, right? So whenever it defaults to a no houses, no time, it always puts the original zodiac back, right? So that is the actual order. So put it like this. This is the first house. But if you put Pisces right here in the first house, what would be your second house? It would be Aries, right? So if you put Aquarius in the first house, Pisces would be your second house, and so on and so forth, right? And so the first house is what makes every single placement in the chart be where it's actually at, right? Now check this out. So I want y'all to understand this, right? So now, the most important part in the actual birth chart, right? So let's go over here really quickly. So now look at the planets, right? So off top, you can see the planet with the shortest duration of the shortest time cycle will be the actual moon, right? So the moon spends 2.2 basically damn near 2.5 days inside each zodiac sign, right? That's what the moon does. So the moon is the quickest moving planet as far as our astrological, you know what I'm talking about, genetic makeup, I guess you could say. And the moon is also the planet that's physically the closest to the actual planet Earth, right? And the moon rules what over the mind, the emotions, right? How you perceive things. It's the actual perception, right? So the moon is actually the emotional and the perception based energy of who you actually are, right? Nobody can really see your mind except for you, or unless you do things in real life externally that express the actual mind, right? But the moon takes almost a whole month to actually go through the actual full zodiac, all the 12 zodiac signs, right? Then the sun. We always say the sun is you, the sun is us, the sun is you. The sun is you, but the moon is you. Mercury is you. Venus is you, right? And they all do rule over other things, like the sun rule over like the father, Mercury rule over like younger siblings. So these planets are multifaceted and multidimensional, right? So they are you, but they're also other people, right? Think about it. The sun is the soul, right? Think about it. But it's also the father. The moon is the mind, right? But it's also the mother, right? So what is the one point in the birth chart that represents you and no one else, right? So guess what that's going to be, y'all? That is going to be the ascendant. That represents you and no one else. The ascendant don't rule your mother, your father. It rules you as an individual. Remember that. Every other planet rules different things, right? I'm gonna give you a quick rundown on what other planets mean. So the moon is also for the mother. The sun is also for the father. Mercury is also for the younger siblings. Venus is for like, you know, it's about women or like girlfriends. Mars is for like brothers. Jupiter's like for gurus. And Saturn is like the lessons and the limitations that we go through. And well, Saturn is also one of the primary carcas of career, right? So you gotta remember. So now, but Saturn is kind of rule what you do in life, right? You see what I'm talking about, like kind of where your reputation and status can come from. But your Rahu and Ketu rule what? Those are called shadow planets, also known Rahu North Node in tropical astrology, which I call it, and Ketu the South Node, right? So all these planets rule over other things, right? You know what I'm talking about, outside of just you. You see what I'm saying? Every other planet rule way more other things, right? However, the ascendant zodiac sign changes every 2 hours, right? It has the shortest incremental time frame amongst all planets. I don't care what you say. And the first house only rules you and it only rules your life, right? So do you all understand why the ascendant is the most important place in the birth chart? Real talk. So you could say the sun is you and the moon is you. Yes, the sun is you and the moon is you, but it's also other people. But the ascendant is only you. And why you think the first house, where the ascendant is at, is directly opposing the seventh house of other people, like one-on-one relationships, partnerships, business partnerships, right? So the first house is where you deal with self. The seventh house is where you deal with others. Think about it, y'all. I want y'all to logically, there's no way you can get around it. No way you can get around it. Every single house in this actual birth chart is you, and it represents you fully in totality, right? Every single planet in placement, right? However, the thing about it is, I want you all to understand this. So let's say, for instance, if you don't have your time of birth, you can still read a birth chart if you don't have a time of birth. But because when you were born, these planets were still where the hell they actually were. But the thing about it is, you missing a ton of information when you don't have the ascendant. Because if you don't have the ascendant, you don't have the house of values, the money, the career house, the relationship house, the children, the creativity, the health, and you don't have any of the houses you would need to really look at a person's birth chart and determine exactly what's going on with pinpoint accuracy, right? Now there is an ancient deep Vedic astrology technique where you can do something, but I ain't gonna get into all that. I don't get into that. That's something for like the big dogs. But what I want y'all to understand is that, think about it, y'all. The first house is the most important house. It's actually you, right? So some people say, well, no, the sun is you. Yes, all the planets are you. Listen, the sun is you, but the sun is the soul inside of you. The immortal soul is inside of you, right? So the same sun, the same souls inside of you was in previous people before you, right? So all of y'all were different people, more than likely completely, but what do y'all share? The sun, right? So the sun is not just yours explicitly, right? It's interlinked between other people in the past and possibly in the future, right? So this one sun, this one soul, it connects all y'all together. I don't know if y'all ever seen the Avatar: The Last Airbender. Go watch that. Real talk, right? Because the sun is about reincarnation, putting the soul where it left off from you into somebody else in order to complete the actual karma and make some new karma for like the next cycle, unless they can liberate themselves from what you call the wheel of samsara, the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, right? So think about it. All these other planets take forever. Think about it. Think about it. You have to, so think about it. Think about it. Saturn is the longest, right? After Saturn, Rahu Ketu, right? Then after that, the 12 years, and after that, the 2 years, and after that, you can go on, so on and so forth, right? Now, so what you got to understand is that it works out like this, right? Let's go back. The ascendant is the first house. It represents you, nobody else. I think we already got, I think I done hammered that home, right? However, in Vedic astrology, the soul is actually the karaka of the first house, right? For those of you all who don't know what that means, it means that the sun, the soul, signifies the actual first house, right? So the first house rules over you as an individual and your physical body and your health and vitality, right? But check this out. You only have a body because you have an actual soul, right? So think about it. That's why in Vedic astrology we call the ascendant or the first house the lagna, and lagna means to attach, right? So the physical body is what the soul actually attaches to, right? So a lot of times you can say, well, it's synonymous. No, it's not synonymous. They both go hand in hand, right? Like man and women, right? Two different completely things, but they synergize in a harmonious way, right? So what I want people to understand is like, yeah, like you are all the planets in your birth chart. You are all the houses. You are, so think about it. At some point, you are every single zodiac sign. At some point, you are literally every single zodiac sign in every different specific area of life, right? What makes birth chart reading so complicated is that you have so many charts, right? So this is like what we call in Vedic the D1 chart, but you got like 15 or 16 initial birth charts in Vedic astrology, right? And everything can't be derived from this just one birth chart. Since most people can't do it, they think nobody can do it. but I got 200 plus reviews, literally. And I got lives on Facebook, reading people live from the actual audience. Come on now. Just like that. And my readings aren't like personality based, unless you want them to be I can do the personality, but I really want you to know what's going on in your life, how to handle problems, right? So yes, now does everybody have a complete understanding on that the ascendant is actually you, right? But now you might be saying, well, Cain, you said the moon's the closest planet to us. It is, but check this out. The ascendant is determined while you're here on Earth. Because the ascendant is what zodiac sign is rising from the eastern horizon on the actual ecliptic, according to Sidereal Vedic astrology, right? So you see how we sitting right here right now? The most furthest east, right? Zodiac sign, right? You know what I'm talking about? It's kind of like I guess filtering through your local ecliptic, right? So if Virgo is rising right now, it's a certain mathematical portion because all the zodiac signs are different lengths, right? So Vedic astrology is about the stars, but it's really like mathematical divisions based around actual constellations because all of them aren't equal in size, right? So sidereal astrology is still true to the stars, but it's true to the stars in a certain compartmentalized mathematic formula, right? Real talk. So I want everybody to really truly understand that. So now check this out. Look at this right here. The ascendant changes every 2 hours, right? But now the degrees, right? And I ain't gonna teach all the secrets yet, but check this out. The degrees really matter, right? Because guess what? A 15-degree Aries person ain't finna be the same as a 0-degree Aries person. A 0-degree person ain't finna be the same as a 0-degree Aries or a 30-degree Aries. That's for every zodiac sign, right? There are 2.5 different types of zodiac signs for every single zodiac. Real talk, right? So you might be a 0-degree Aries. You might not be able to relate 100% completely to a 29-degree Aries. Real talk, right? Y'all gonna share certain similarities, right? So now remember, the planet with the youngest degree, that's like a newborn infantile stage, right? The higher it goes up, right? You see where it said 26 up here and stuff like that, or 27 over here. That's the older and more mature planet is actually being able to be developed in. Real talk. So now for those y'all be like, but Ophiuchus is a zodiac sign. Let me show you why Ophiuchus can't be a zodiac sign. Well, as far as what we use in the birth chart, right? So what you got to understand is that the sun and the moon conjunct each other, you know what I'm saying, in these specific readings of these 12 zodiac signs. Because there are two more constellations on the actual ecliptic, right? Ophiuchus and some centaur thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the thing about it is the sun don't conjunct, I believe, fully in those actual portions. You correct me if I'm wrong too. I'm probably not. But if I am, I'm human, oh well. But I don't think I am though. So what you got to understand is this. Um, since uh, so the ascendant changes every 2 hours, right? So I want y'all to understand that's the a way smaller incremental time because it's you. And then think about it, it's when you're coming into life what sign is rising over there. So it's signifying so you are bestowed the energy of Sagittarius. You are bestowed the life of an Aries. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of how it really goes, right? But I want y'all to understand, right? So the higher a planet is, the more maturity it's supposed to have, right? So now check this out. Y'all was like, oh, future kids should do this, that, and third. So check this out. You got 24 hours in a day, right? Round it up, right? Check this out. It's 12 zodiac signs. What's 12 divided by 2? 12, right? Right? It takes 12 two times to make 24, right? So I want y'all to understand this completely, right? So if there's one zodiac, if the ascendant changes one zodiac sign every 12, every 2 hours, what y'all gotta understand is that within 24 hours, the full 12 zodiac signs would have passed, right? If we had to squeeze Ophiuchus in there, we would need at least 2 more hours, making it a 26-hour day, right? And it's clearly not, right? So Ophiuchus, the 13th sign, is completely an odd number, and it literally don't even fit into the actual natural day and night cycle that we've mathematically put together as far as the 24-hour day and night cycle. Does it or does it not? I'm just saying. So y'all be like, well, you can't even disprove that at all because if you add in Ophiuchus, you got to take a certain time frame away from the other zodiac signs. Real talk. Now decimals and certain percentages probably got to come into the calculator. Nobody got time for that. So hopefully y'all understand completely, y'all, what the ascendant or the first house is you and it is nobody else. I want you to understand that. You know what's funny? Every other house in the birth chart rules over other people. I ain't gonna lie. The first house rules you. The Ascendant, that's who you are. It's the head, it's the intelligence, the life path, the true destiny, right? One part of the true destiny. So yeah, I just want to go real. I just want to record the video, put y'all up on game so y'all can understand this y'all self. So it shouldn't be no questions. And now, for anybody that want to refute this, and logically, I don't even understand how you could refute it. What you gonna say? No, the moon is really you. It's your mind. Yeah, but it's also your mama. I know it's your mind. It's the mind of the actual physical body. But the soul is you. That's the deepest part of us. Yes, and it's also your father as well, right? But this right here is you and nobody else. Now y'all better stop playing. So other than that, y'all, listen, I will holler at y'all later. Peace.